Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sara. How's it going, everyone?
We're back.
We wanted to talk about this. I'm sure you'll see it in the title. Some interesting things have been happening recently, and this actually caught my eye, and I wanted to talk about it because kind of when I saw kind of this happening, it kind of got me thinking as well. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about Arsenal, and they've been having a great season. I mean, that's first and foremost. They are unbeaten. They're playing really well. And a lot of people have a lot of, they're feeling very good about winning league, about winning some titles and trophies.
Good.
They're feeling good. Actually, I will say, Arsenal have a game tomorrow against Zurich. So I think when this video will come out, this will be, I don't know if we're going to put it out after that game has already played or before. So things might transpire tomorrow during this game, kind of what we're going to talk about today. But they have a game tomorrow. And, we saw last Sunday they had a game. They had a game against Liverpool, and it was a good game. They won 2-0. It was I didn't watch the whole game. I kind of watched some highlights, but I saw this on Twitter, and then I saw it on Instagram, and I kind of made me a little emotional. I don't know. It kind of made me think a lot because, obviously you don't like when see people, players get upset or whatnot. Okay. So last Sunday after the game, Jonas, I think just like any coach, they always have a plan. Jonas always has a plan for what he sees. And a lot of people this season have, even before what happened at the end of the game, they had noticed Mana Iwabuchi has not been playing much. I mean, that's the long and the short of it. She hasn't been given any minutes. This article came out, I think the day before the game, but
when the opportunity arrives for Mana, I am very confident she will take it. Jonas Eneval backs Iwabuchi to shine. Mana is not carrying an injury. She is free for selection, Jonas told Arsablog News. She has been very hard done by the competition in her position or positions in the team where I've chosen other players. When I have spoken after Lottie came in against Ajax, and when Frida came in against Lyon, I talked about how hard they had practiced and how happy I am for them to take their chances. Mana Iwabuchi is no different. She works really, really hard and is one of those players I wish every bit of success. Football is fast. When the opportunity arrives for Mana, I am very confident she will take it.
Okay, so that was kind of the article talking about, people had noticed Mana had not played any minutes. I don't believe at all. I was kind of looking over. I don't think she had played any minutes. People noticed that,
I want to see some signs. Give Mana minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So the game against Liverpool, she did get some minutes. But she came in basically she came in for 30 seconds.
Okay, so not minutes.
Yeah,
not
seconds.
Even minutes.
Seconds. She came in.
That's appalling.
People noticed, and when she came in, you could tell by her face. She just looked sad, and I'm going to play that video. And she just looks sad. Like her eyes even look a little puffy. Looks like
hurts my soul.
I know. It looks like she'd even maybe been crying. I mean, just because people know what people look like when they've been crying. And she just her eyes did look puffy. People just know that she looks sad. And so she came in basically for 30 seconds. And then at the very end of the game, she walks right by Frida and Blackstenius, just right by them. She walks right to the tunnel, barely acknowledges them because she looks upset. I mean, and they give her a second look and they go, wow.
Like they're kind of wondering, is she okay?
Yes.
What's going on?
She looked really distraught, and body language said everything there. You know what I mean? You could tell
by the... You don't have to call the body language experts for this one.
Yeah, you don't.
Know.
She just looked really upset. After people had been wondering, why is Jonas not utilizing Mana? Like, she's out there, she's so great, why are they not utilizing her? And then this happens where she comes in for 30 seconds. I mean, 30 seconds, why even bring her in? I mean, I'm sure there's a reason why, tactically speaking. Then this is where it gets interesting. At the very end of the game, there is an interaction between Viv and Jonas, and you can tell Viv is not happy. And I'll play the video. Basically, in this situation, what people have pieced together is 99% sure that Viv is sticking up for Mana. Viv is letting a piece of her mind out what she thinks about the whole situation. And I saw someone say where she's talking something like, I guess, but if she's not playing, she can't stay. Speaking about Mana. And then also someone said she mouthed something about coming in for 30 seconds and then that's it. So that's pretty much what the conversation it looked like to be. Okay, someone goes,
for what it's worth, I think it's about Mana getting 30 seconds. That was just disrespectful, and Viv would talk to Jonas about it. I don't think it's about herself as well.
Yeah, and some people thought it was because Viv had been on the bench the last 2 games. She didn't start. But a lot of people are saying, no, it's about Mana getting 30 seconds. It looks like that's what she says. And then someone else says this.
Pretty sure if you lip read Viv at the end of the clip where she's angry at Jonas, you can make out her saying 30 seconds, so she definitely thinks it was frustration with Mana's minutes.
Yeah. So, her having that confrontation right then and there, with right there, right after the game, and she was frustrated. I think a lot of people were surprised by this whole interaction.
I think, hey, if she's got something to say, let it rip.
Right. And I think, after seeing Mana so distraught and so upset, I mean, you just have a reaction. Probably, Viv and Mana are really good friends. They played at Bayern Munich together. They've known each other for a very long time. And I always say, anytime Viv is around Mana, she always turns into like a super softy Viv. She I can just tell how much she likes Mana as a person, as a friend. And she, she's sticking up for her, not just teammate but her friend, but her teammate who she knows is really good
teammate as well, who's really good and deserves more minutes.
Right. And some people think, like I said, some people think it was Viv possibly upset because she's not starting either. I didn't see as many people thinking that, but Viv is maybe just frustrated with everything. Mm-hmm. But it's also kind of tricky because they are winning. That's what's the tricky part about it. She goes right up to the coach and is unhappy, but they're still winning. So I think there is kind of a discussion to have too. Well, if you're winning, what is there to complain about, kind of thing.
Well, I mean, if there's good players on the team, they got to get their minutes in too, especially if they have a lot of good players, so that's hard.
But then someone said, here, I can read this. Someone says,
you have to play players based on merit, and Little, Maanum, Vulti, Miedema, when she's a 10, and Knobs are all ahead of her in the midfield pecking order.
So a lot of people do have the idea that a lot of times good players, even if you're really good, Arsenal is such a deep team, you're not going to get minutes. And that's why some people thought it was out of line for Viv to go up to Jonas, because you have to think about, they're on the pitch, the world's seeing it, BBC's broadcasting it, everyone's seeing it, and when you as a player go up to your coach and the cameras are there and they're having an interaction, you make it known that you're not happy. Some coaches might think that's disrespectful to do it in front of do it privately, yes, but in front of all the cameras. Some people see that as disrespectful.
Honestly, I wouldn't even see the cameras there. You're so in the zone that you almost forget that they're there. I don't see much wrong with what happened and how she handled it.
I feel like
she wants the world to know, honestly.
No, that's another point. Is it kind of like a thing where she wanted people to know she was upset, annoyed or upset. I feel like this happens in men's sports a lot. I feel like, you ever watch the videos of baseball where the manager and the players in the dugouts
and stuff like that,
or at an American football where the coach and the court, people are getting in fights on the sidelines.
Yeah,
not physical fights, but they're yelling at each other. I feel like I see that all the time, so I don't think it's weird in that respect. We saw this on Twitter, but I also saw this on the Instagram of the Arsenal. I saw a lot of comments like this.
I noticed Mana was in tears when she came on the pitch. It must be very emotional, as she hasn't been given a single minute of play in the last 10 games of Arsenal. The last game she featured substitute in for 10 minutes was against Everton in April previous season. As a big fan, she truly is a joy to watch. I would say our female Cazorla. Hope she gets more minutes in upcoming fixtures. On top of all that, happy for Mana that she finally got a chance to play, although it was just a final 2 minutes.
Yeah, so a lot of people noticed that, she wasn't playing, and a lot of the comments here where specifically said, give Mana more game time. So I guess that's the two questions, seeing her upset, visibly upset, was upsetting as just a fan of her, just as a fan who sees a player upset. Then the second part of Viv making it known that, she wasn't happy either, and sticking up for her teammate, essentially, it looked like. Because also, when Viv was talking, she was saying the thing, if she's not going to have playing time, she's going to go, based on what we think that she's saying, or she has to go. She can't be somewhere where she's not getting any playing time.
Yeah.
I kind of love seeing Viv like that, or fired up for the teammate.
That's a true teammate.
Yeah, and they're friends, and it seems like everyone, and also we have this image kind of Arsenal too. They went to the retreat where the team bonding. They all seem to really get along. But just because, but sometimes even if you really get along, it's still sport. It's still professional sport. It's still a business, But what does everyone think about this? Do you think that it's just the realities of sports? Jonas is choosing other players and it's not time for Mana to have more playing time? Or do you think that sometimes coaches don't give people chances, and that's just the way it is? It's just professional sports, it's their chance. They just don't get a chance because other people are getting chances before them.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what coaches are thinking sometimes.
Yeah, please play Iwabuchi. Look how she brings the ball forward in that 2 minutes you've given her. And then someone says, totally agree. I was thinking Mana was personally neglected by Jonas. We knew Mana's capability on the pitch. How she contributed during the UCL qualifications previous season was phenomenal. She scored an amazing goal against PSV and was outstanding at the opening game against Chelsea. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying give her more of a chance. And maybe if what Viv was saying, if she is not given a chance, she has to go,
Well, and how can you shine on the field if you're not given the opportunity to shine on the field?
And that's sports too. That's what's hard. It's just like these kind of things happen every single day. This isn't the first time it's going to happen. It's not the last time. And sports at this magnitude, there's a lot of emotions going on. And the hard thing, again, they're winning. So it's not like they're not winning. That's what's kind of hard about it,
Right.
And Viv might have been frustrated. Maybe she didn't want to be on the bench the last 2 games. Maybe she wanted to start and she didn't. Who knows, but she just seemed frustrated. But we will see. By the time this video goes out, Mana might be starting in the game tomorrow. That will happen when this video goes out. So
say a little prayer about it.
Yeah. What does everyone think? What did everyone think of that interaction on the field? And what did everyone think about just, seeing Mana upset? That is the part that it's hard. I hate to see her upset. What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Excited to watch the Arsenal game tomorrow, see what happens. They're playing Zurich in the Champions League. So we'll see what goes on there. Should be exciting. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night.
Bye.